Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Lorraine and welcome to my channel. Now, just before I dive in there and pull your cards for today, I'd just like to say I am an experienced and professional, holistic and spiritual counselor and mentor, and I offer 100% money back guarantee for image readings, tarot readings, also the programs, as well as spiritual and holistic counselling, mentoring, plus advice to help you with union with self and union with your person. And I also offer astrology birth charts. So just check out the details in the description box below this video for more information. So let's dive in there, guys, and let's see what messages the cards have for you, for both you and your person's love journey thus far. And also let's see what messages the cards have for you about your person. Alright, so let's do this. Okay. So you were coming in with the Wheel of Fortune, and you were also coming in with the Star card here. Okay. Alright, so coming in with the Wheel of Fortune, you were coming in with Aquarius and Sagittarius. Okay. And I'll speak about the significance as we get into your reading. And you're also coming in with Aquarius with the Star card. Now, Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. Alright, guys, and it is in between. Well, it's in the cusp. It could be getting closer to Gemini. All right, between Gemini and Taurus. You have Sagittarius, is when you come in with Jupiter, is ruled by Jupiter. All right, luck and expansion here, guys. And Jupiter is actually in Cancer at this point in time, here in your reading. All right, now, let me just get this one for you. This is coming in as, well, especially when you're coming in with the Star card here, guys. All right, now this could be both you and your person. It's really talking about understanding and gaining knowledge about oneself by way of your emotions here, and how your emotions and feelings they may have dictated to you. They may have, it's like in the past when you're coming in with the Wheel of Fortune, your emotions, how do you say that, were expressed here. Yeah, this outward expression came in by way of a reaction, resentment here, may have even been judgment. I just need to touch on that here, guys, so that we can get into what else is going on here for both you and your person. And because of that way of behaving and even thinking here, guys, it's by recognizing, becoming aware of those patterns and habits within both you and your person here, that you are willing to make the changes. It does come in as pinpointing these changes, or pinpointing these negative attachments here, guys. Okay, and where they came from. All right, guys. And why you have been that way, why you have behaved and had those kind of patterns of thinking for a very long time, especially when you're coming in with the Wheel of Fortune here. Now, what it can also talk about in terms of Uranus here, guys, which talks about major changes, how to make changes here. Okay, what it is that we need to change. All right. Coming in with the Star card, you know, that's really quite positive here, to be quite honest, for both you and your person, because you realize now that the problem here isn't about other people. The problem here is actually yourself. The problem, well, where the problem lies here, guys, it is coming in by way of your emotions, of course, But with that realization about, man, I've got a lot of negative emotions inside of me. I've got negative attachments here. So you realize where that came from, like I said. And coming in with the Wheel of Fortune, it can talk about patterns and habits that have been instilled or that you have continued here, guys, yeah, from childhood to your adult life here. All right. See, those cards come in as, here in your reading, it talks about the steps here, guys, that both you and your person have took or are about to take here. Yeah. I want to say to be in a more positive frame of mind here, guys, but it also talks about making better choices here. The better choice here is to choose yourself and to work on that here, guys. Now, yeah. Now, coming in with the Star card, what it can talk about there in your reading is learning to, here, guys, confront and face the truth about yourself and one's reality here. But it also comes in as learning to release and transmute these negative energies, this negative energy and negative attachments here. Now, if you're stuck at this time and you are wanting support and guidance as to how to do that, reach out, guys. Book an image reading, tarot reading with me, as I'm not just a tarot reader. If you want to know the difference between the two, the image reading and the tarot reading, just check out the details in the description box below this video. Alright, because I am a holistic and spiritual counselor and mentor, and I can support you and guide you and even give you the tools and the means here to help you to release and transmute this negative attachment and negative energy. Alright? I mean, those cards are really, really quite positive here in your reading, how I see it to be. Okay, because the Star card talks about self here. Alright, it talks about working on you here, the inner you. Alright, guys, your internal compass here, your inner knowing here in your reading. This is both you and your person here. Alright, let's keep going here. See, with the Star card, what it talks about there, guys, is for both you and your person, it's about choosing me. That's what you're saying here. I choose me. I choose to, I want to say fix up here, guys. I choose to sort my life. I choose to fix up. Alright, let's keep going here. And let's see what other messages the cards have for you. Okay. Alright. So you're coming in with the King of Wands. You have the Nine of Cups and Two of Cups. And you also have the Eight of Wands here in your reading. when you're coming in with obstacles and challenges here, for the King of Wands, the Eight of Wands here in your reading is the wisdom to take the correct action here. And for your person, the correct action is just to come towards you. And there ain't anything wrong with that. All right. Because what your reading is saying here with the Star card is that your person definitely sees you. Now, coming in with the Two of Cups, what it can talk about there in the Star card is that you definitely see your person here. The obstacle and the challenge here is that it's moving, it's shifting here within your person. This is what it's talking about here. And what it could be talking about here also is that it's when I spoke about emotions here, for both you and your person, there are hidden, this is what it's coming in as, there are things that were hidden or that were buried quite deep within your person here. And what I mean by that here, guys, is that for both you and your person, you didn't see certain things as a problem here. You didn't see the start point, that certain negative experiences that you had both been through and situations were actually the start point here, guys. That's how this is coming in. And what I mean by start point here, guys, was where I needed to start doing the work on myself here. You see, what it talks about here in your reading is that it's got to do with those negative attachments and negative energy. Yeah, of course, these are quite positive cards, but this is why these positive cards are coming out here. Okay, so that I can explain why it's an obstacle and a challenge for both you and your person here in your reading. Yeah. Here, because your person, this King of Wands here, they do want unconditional love, is what it's talking about here. Okay, now what it talks about here also, here in your reading, in terms of the correct action, using wisdom to take the correct action here, is that your person needs to come in with unconditional love for oneself here. That's what it's also talking about here. Because from there, when you choose yourself, remember I said that here, this is your person and also yourself here, guys. You choose, I said you choose yourself. You choose to work on yourself. You choose to fix up in a sense here. This is the same as your person here in your reading. Now, yes, that's right. I was coming in with that shift in terms of the Eight of Wands. Here, of course, it can talk about swift communication, and I do get that here, okay? But what it also talks about here in your reading, the negative that your person was once in, coming in with the Wheel of Fortune here, is moving. That's what it's saying. It's shifting within your person here. See, because what it can talk about there in your reading is that, well, I think that's pretty cool. Here is that they're working on it. Yeah. See, it talks about here in your reading for the King of Wands, making that conscious effort here. Yeah. Yeah. To face and confront here, guys, the truth about oneself and one's reality here. Okay. Yeah, of course, I could say here for both you and your person, it has been an obstacle and a challenge to let go of each other here. But what it also talks about here in your reading, it comes in as for both you and your person, you have finally discovered what true love feels like. Yeah. Yeah. Here in your reading. And that may prove to be a struggle to let go of. And it is, guys, especially when you're, I get your person's going to crack their heart space open here, if not already. So let's see what else I'm able to share with you here in your reading. Yeah, it's a realization here, and I spoke about it with the Star card, that it's not about one's environment and it's not about the people in their environment here. It's actually about themselves. That's what it's saying here. And even though your person, it comes in as, and even yourself, you're actively working with people, you're actively out there and networking and meeting people here, yeah. It doesn't deal with self. That's what it's saying. It doesn't change the inner you, which is why the focus here needs to shift, needs to change, and it needs to be about you here in your reading. All right. Let's just keep shuffling here. I'm going to make sure I nail this one for you guys. Yeah. Because what I'm getting here in your reading, you're coming in with definitely about your person getting ready here. The mind, yeah, I spoke about the feelings, but it's also coming in as the mind is shifting here, guys. Yeah, the mindset here, no longer in that negative frame of mind. Alright, so you were coming in with the Six of Cups, you were coming in with the Magician card, and you were coming in with the Eight of Swords here. Okay, the Eight of Swords is also about taking the correct action, using your wisdom to take the correct action here in your reading. Alright, let me keep going here. So the Six of Cups. So potentially here in your reading, this person is wanting to come back towards you here. It really comes down to the work that you do on yourself here, guys. Yeah, coming in with the Eight of Swords, what it talks about there in your reading, it's about both you and your person. There is a fear element here. Here in your reading, is it going to go the way in which I had hoped here? Because that star card can come in as hope as well here in your reading. The hope to be better, the hope to be ready, the hope that this is going to go through. And hope is really good here, guys. Faith, hope, and belief here, guys, can get you out of the Eight of Swords, that fear mentality here, guys. All right. It comes in, and is it possible? That's what it's saying here in your reading for your person. Is it really possible that I could have this? I could have true and real love. Is it really possible that you, the viewer, you this is your person, you, the viewer, you actually really like me? That's your person here, guys. Your feelings are the same here. Definitely want to come in as trying to make this happen here. You know, you're coming in with the bigger picture here. Even though when you come in with the Magician card, you're actually talking about self here, guys. Things that are within your control. Okay? But the Star card you can't control here because it's bigger than yourself. Alright, guys? Now, here, in terms of how people perceive you to be here, okay? It's a bigger scale, it's a bigger scope here. Now, coming in with the Magician card, what it talks about there in your reading, well, potentially here, for your person, I think this is the both of you, to be quite honest. It talks about just how much you want it. And just how much it means to you here in your reading. And, you know, it just is to have that hope, that faith and belief here, guys, that it just is this way. This is your person. You know, for your person, this is your person. This is someone that you can trust. This is someone that you can invest in here. So like I said, it really comes down to booking me for an image reading. All right, guys? Yeah, image reading, tarot reading. So we can work on releasing this negative attachment, these negative attachment, these negative energy, this negative energy that you are holding on to, because the Eight of Swords is only the potential outcome here. Okay, well, oh, so you're coming in with the Ten of Cups here. Alright, so you are coming in as the wish fulfillment here in your reading. Okay, and that's exactly what your person sees at this point in time when you come in with the Ten of Cups. Yeah, it's ultimate abundance here. Could understand why you come in with the Eight of Swords. There's a fear here to love, to receive love. This is both you and your person. Is it possible? It's like saying, is love true and real? Well, guys, it is. It truly is. Here. Okay, I am going to leave it there. Yeah. Come away from being disillusioned about the way in which you're feeling here. You need to ground these feelings. All right, guys. Yeah. Okay, I am going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching, Collective, and I will catch you later. Bye.